Well, good morning. Welcome back from Idi Aduha. My Muslim friends, I got no invite from any Muslim friend, but nevertheless, we are here working and really representing for the United Matters channel. And we always do that because we really value our subscribers a lot, but we thank Allah for what He has gone ahead to do for you guys. And I think you are going to get rewarded for all the animals you sacrificed yesterday. My Christian friends, good morning. I hope Jesus Christ is really taking you where you want to be. And the atheists, please, it's high time you either went to Islam or Christianity. Not so? So, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Qataris increasingly confident they've won the United bidding war. That's a story we are presenting to you this morning here onto the United Matters channel about the Qataris having a huge confidence that they're going ahead to win the bidding war. And this is coming in from the business. They are not a website or a media outlet concerned with sports, but these are doing sports business. And you know what it means when they come in through to do what we call sports business, because they are the experts in business and they've gone ahead to break this story. They've given us a bit about Sir Jim Ratcliffe and what the Glazers really think and what has gone ahead to act as a hinge to the Glazers and what we call a blessing in disguise for the Qataris to come in through and obviously get this deal over the line. So let's see close to 300 likes. Smash on this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we are left with just limited subscribers from hitting 14,000 subscribers, and we are left with just 2 days, 29th and 30th June comes to an end. Not so. So let's continue doing the needful and obviously get the best out of this. Now we are talking Mason Mount. Huge update coming in from James Daka, a United correspondent for Telegraph, and lastly Simon Stone, a United correspondent for BBC, revealing to us what United has gone ahead to decide on the Hurricane after Bayern Munich have gone ahead to really put in their first bid that was rejected by Daniel Levy of Tottenham Hotspur. Let's kickstart it off in style with the business tweet that we got from the business website, confirming to us that the Qatari group is increasingly confident it's won the bidding war for Manchester United PLC, thwarting a rival offer from British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe as the sale of the club extends into the crucial summer months. Now, we all understand that the sale of the club is really extending into crucial months, and the Qataris are really celebrating. They went on to let us know that those within the inner circle of the Qatari bid have now begun communicating their confidence of victory and believe it's just a matter of time before an official announcement is made, according to the people. Now, when you hear such statements, they really show you where this bid is really heading to, and they've gone ahead to start to communicate their confidence of victory in the United takeover. And I know why this is happening. Do you know why they are so much confident over this? The reason is here, and let me present it to you. Because they've left with no option, however much the Glazers really want to stay, some of them, but there is a hinge that they cannot really overcome. And it's said by the business again that the structure of Sir Jim's deal has provoked opposition from current minority shareholders in Man United who wouldn't be bought out. A top 3 shareholder sent a letter to the board warning that the independent directors would be at a risk of being sued for recommending Jim's bid. Now, when you look at the Sir Jim Ratcliffe's bid, it was buying out the other 4 siblings of the Glazers and leaving Joel Glazer and Avram onto the board of Man United. That is it. Or being some of the shareholders of Man United. And remember, they're having Class B shares that are more heavier than the Class A shares. So, 2 only making a decision at Man United will see Sir Jim Ratcliffe not have power at this club of Man United. So, as it stands, United has gone ahead to really put itself in a very good situation that they want to be sold. Profits were made. They announced yesterday. And the Glazers feel like the profits are really going to come in through more and more and more as they anticipate that Ten Hag is going to keep us in the Champions League for very many years, you know. and money is going to be coming in through. And they anticipate that we are going to regain our lost glory as soon as possible. Now, what they wanted to do with Sir Jim Ratcliffe was to buy just the 4 siblings of the Glazers, and they never wanted to find themselves in a situation of leaving those two, that is Avram and Joel. But some of the Class A shareholders, who are really the minority, came out and really said that is unacceptable. If at all you do it, we are going to sue you. Do you know why? Because you are doing what we call the insanical, the unforgivable. So they told them that why aren't you accepting a bid of a full sale such that we also get our shares sold and we earn some good money, and for you, you are just catering for yourselves and being selfish and wanting only yourselves to be approved, such that your sisters and brothers walk away heavily equipped with money, when us are not being bought. We are also willing to sell our shares. So that calls for only one thing: 100% sell. So if they want to sell, they have to sell 100%. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is really tied, unless otherwise he comes in with a proposal of even buying the other minority shareholders that will not see them soon. And I think he doesn't have that money, because even the money is going to use to buy Man United is going to just borrow it from the bank. So the Glazers are left with just 2 options: staying at the club of Man United, which is not viable, and selling it to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, which is viable. That's why celebrations all over Qataris are really everywhere, because they know these Glazers have nowhere to go. They are just caught up into a hard place and a rock. Now, with their plan of staying, the business has told us that, but with the official sale process heading into its 8th month, the Glazers could make a last-minute decision to keep hold of the English Premier League club, accepting funds from an outside investor to renovate the club's dilapidated stadium and training facilities, one of the people said, who never wanted to reveal his name. And also, I don't see this happening. Do you know why? Getting in an investor will require United to sell their shares, and this minority shareholder is not allowing it because he believes that they are missing out on an opportunity to sell their shares 100% to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. And I don't think that even when they get in money to really renovate the stadium, they won't find themselves in a position of getting the dividends they want. Do you know why? They won't be having money for investment, right? Secondly, this club will be calling in for more money, and they wouldn't be willing to give in more money. Now, the level we've gone up to is every summer an elite club should be able to spend a minimum of £200 million. That's where we are headed to. If at all you cannot spend that, you are nowhere nearing what we call the big boys. So, as it stands, Qataris are celebrating for a reason, and one thing that people have not gone ahead to give a lot of attention to is these Qataris were given access to the books of accounts of Man United. They know everything that the Glazers need to get out of this mess, and all they need is money, close to £3 billion, and I don't know where they're going to get it from, because if they are to inject that money in and get an investor in, that will be a debt, meaning that our debt will be increasing from 1 billion, from £1 billion to £4 billion. And that means we won't be buying players as much as United, however much we'll be making in money, because we'll have to sufficient, the debt, So it's really a very tough situation for the Glazers. They are divided, but all in all, the Qataris are celebrating because they know the Glazers can't get out of this mess. That's it. There is no way they're going to get out of this mess unless otherwise they are willing to get some of the money they are having as a family to invest it in. Yet the other 4 siblings of the Glazer family are saying, we aren't staying here, sell the club. And these 2, Avram and Joel, are saying, we want to stay here because we believe that in the next 2, 3, 4 years this club is going to be making in more money, which is a fact. But on a benchmark that there is huge investment, close to 3-4 billion pounds into that club. Erik ten Hag needs a backing of 200 million pounds, for the next 3, 4, 5 summers. That is it. That's £1 billion, and I don't know where they're going to get it from. That is it. So, as it stands, that's the case right now at Manchester United. Qataris are really communicating their confidence of winning the bidding war. And we go to the story of a transfer, because that's also a transfer, but it's a financial transfer that is seeing United exchange hands from one owner to the other owner. Now, we are having a story coming in from The Telegraph. That is James Darker telling us that United remain adamant they will not go near Chelsea's £65 million valuation of Mason Mount, but are thought to be willing to negotiate around the structure and finer points of the £55 million bid. So, he continued and said it's unclear whether talks between United and Chelsea will be face-to-face, but they are prepared to try to find common ground. There is acknowledgement that it would be better to resolve the situation before Mount has to report to training. Now, the Mason Mount situation is a little bit confusing, because the situation which Chelsea are into is really alarming as far as their transfer plan is concerned. If they don't get in money of Mason Mount before the 30th of June, that means things are not going to happen well for them when it comes to spending money. So they need to sell players, like they sold Kai Havertz to Arsenal. You see, they completed that deal yesterday before 30th, and they need this money from Manchester United. They wanted £65 million, but United told them we can only give you £55 million, and you're not obviously adding on a single penny. And I really stand in the way of United. I stand with them, and I appreciate their stance, because you have to capitalize, on the situation available. You have to seize the moment, seize the opportunity. Chelsea need money. They have to sell Mason Mount, right? And if at all they don't sell him, they're not going to get in Moise Caicedo. So Mason Mount has told them, I want to go to Man United. Even if you keep me here, I'm not going to renew my contract. And Pochettino is worried that next week these players are returning to training, and he doesn't want to keep a player who is unhappy at the club into his camp, and that will lead to leaks from the dressing room and a lot of uncertainties around the dressing room. So he doesn't want that to happen, and that's why he's really pushing for the departure of Mason Mount. And United are capitalizing onto that. They're saying to Chelsea, we aren't adding more money, and we can't buy a player who is left with just 1 year on his contract. £65 million. Yet you've sold the same amount of money, Kai Havertz to Arsenal, a player who he has left on his contract, and who is a more talented player. So you mean that the £10 million that are included in that deal are what we call the English passport tax? Holding an English passport costs close to 10 or 15 million pounds. If I were United, I would have gone ahead to pull out of this deal and tell them I'm even offering you only 50 million pounds. That is it, because 50 million pounds, it's okay for him. That is it, because he's owned more than that. So as it stands, Chelsea want that money ASAP, and United are clinging on their stance. They are not adding even a single penny. And I think Chelsea is calling in for face-to-face talks that I believe are going to be conducted very, very soon, and United will win over this. I'm 100% sure that it's going to go in the hands of United, and Chelsea are locked up in a cage where they cannot really turn because of the violation of the financial fair play, and they need to balance up their books by the 30th of June, because the new financial year of the footballing world starts on the 1st of July. That's why United released its financial results on the 27th of June. That is it. So, Simon Stone coming in from BBC. He has been a correspondent of United for the BBC for a very, very long time. He has told us something concerning the Hurricane stance at Man United. He told us that in preliminary talks, it became apparent the fee for Hurricane would be prohibitive for Man United, possibly as much as 100 million pounds, and they backed off. They would still like him, but it's hard to imagine they'll come back into the battle for him unless the price drops. So I can buy this reason. I can buy this reason why United pulled out. I don't believe that United are the right people to come out and say that we feared to go in for Hurricane because a deal is going to log on. Now, United is known for really sucking all the happiness and tension and eagerness out of the deal. There are deals we've done for years. Now, just 3 months that Spurs is going to give us negotiating and tussling it out with them was not a sound reason for me to believe that Hurricane to United deal was off. So this is the reason. The reason is simple. It's all about money, because the Glazers always want to do last minute things. You know, look at this. Look at the deal of Mason Mount. The story broke around April that we are interested in Mason Mount, and we've been working on that deal. See, we are into 2 months working on one deal. Now, does it make news that United is going to take 3 months negotiating the deal of Hurricane? It doesn't make news to me. That's it. Unless otherwise, you've not been here and you've not been watching United do its stuff. This is what they do best. They they suck out the entire tension, eagerness, happiness from a deal. So I don't believe that. And now, thank God, the new story that is really real for me, I don't know even you guys are going to buy it, has come in through. The fact is, Tottenham Hotspur are willing to sell Hurricane, but the price is 100 million pounds. That's why they rejected the first bid of Bayern Munich of 60 million pounds, right? So United have a budget that is really limited, and 100 million pounds could see Erik ten Hag remain with just 20 million pounds to spend. So that's why they backed out of this deal, and they are trying to find themselves in a better position to get in more and more and more players. So your thoughts onto Qataris confidently communicating victory to their people that they've won the bidding war of taking over United. What do you make about the Mason Mount saga, and why United pulled out of the Hurricane deal? Those are the facts that you get when you're on United Matters channel. Thank you guys for watching through. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, thank you. May Allah grant you the best that you deserve today. Ciao, ciao.